welcome back to the Lock Around the Clock for Week 13. Yes, Week 13, lucky number 13. If you were with me last week with Thanksgiving Day involved, we went 4-2 here at Gino Palooza Productions. We were in Fuego. You guys won money, I won money. We all did well. We had a great time. And just so you know, I'm 27, 17-3 on the year, which is 61% ATS. That's against the spread for those of you that didn't know, but if you're watching this video, chances are you do. This week we are back. We are really throwing back. I got my old Raiders jersey on from when they were in, yes, Los Angeles. And remember when that division was the Raiders, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and yes, the Seahawks. Remember that all the way back then? Oh, what a long, strange trip it has been. I miss those guys in the division. I miss going to the Kingdome, watching those classic matches out there. And now they got this new place out in Seattle, which it just rains, pours. It's just shitty out there. What happened to the Seattle sports? I mean, I know they got the 12th man. I really feel bad about the Sonics. And now that NBA is back, you kind of miss the Sonics as one of those teams that were, I don't know, nostalgic. They had that Bigfoot guy running around out there as a mascot, and what's he doing now? I guess he's doing beef jerky commercials or something. He's bored. But anyway, let's get back to football, what you guys want to talk about, and what you guys want to hear are your locks for this week, starting with Thursday night in where? Yes, Seattle. We're going to start in Seattle, where the Eagles are going west, young man, and laying 3. Why are they giving 3 to Seattle? They're both 4-7. We're traveling across the country. Is there any kind of a reason for that? I mean, other than the fact that the Eagles are probably a better team away from home than they are at home, but they're playing Seattle. Seattle is a very tough team at home, and with the 12th man, look for this place to just go ruckus wild out there because it's going to be pouring. It's going to be pouring. It's going to be hailing. There's baby zebras running across the field. It's going to be nuts out there. And also, if you want to know something, the Eagles stink against the run. Who has been killing it in Seattle? Marshawn Lynch. He has been in beast mode for the last couple weeks. Look for that to continue. The Eagles are just going to pretty much they're not going to be able to sustain against the run. It's going to be a slow, mucky game. Look for Marshawn Lynch to travel through that defense early and often to grind it out. The defense is to play well. Tavares Jackson, I mean, he hasn't been playing that great. He hasn't been playing that bad, though, either. He's been managing games. Zach Miller, where is Zach Miller? He would be a great throwing option against the Eagles since the last time he played against the Eagles. He had 6 catches over 100 yards and a TD with Jamarcus Russell throwing to him. I don't know if that's going to apply here. Basically, I think they brought Zach Miller out there, like I said earlier in the season, to die. And I don't understand why they spent the money on him. Cable brought him in. He brought Gallery. He has McQuist in there. Maybe he wanted to feel comfortable with someone to sit down and tell Jamarcus Russell jokes with. I don't know. Maybe he wanted somebody to have his back in case he wanted to punch out Pete Carroll at some point. I'm not sure. But I do know this. Take the Seattle Seahawks plus the 3 at home Thursday night. Now on to the 1 o'clock lock for Sunday for the Lock Around the Clock. This is my game of the year, game of the week anyway. If you bet any game this week, make sure it's this one. 1 o'clock, we got Kansas City plus 8 at Chicago. Yes, I know you're thinking I'm nuts. Why would I take Kansas City, the doormat of the league? But believe it or not, Kansas City still has a very tough pass defense, and they got a very strong front 4. Chicago does have Caleb Haney, who did show that he can throw the ball, but again, the Chiefs are very good against the pass. Look for this game to be kind of a grinded-out, slow, low-scoring game here. Not much movement. Definitely, Chicago shouldn't be laying 8 at this point. They'll probably even lay an egg, if anything. But Kansas City, look for them to keep up in this game. Look for them to not give up like a man who just got married for the 4th time. Look for them to cover the 8 points. Take Kansas City plus the 8 in Chicago. That's the 1 o'clock lock. That is my game of the week, people. A 4 o'clock lock, we got Baltimore at Cleveland. Now, Baltimore does what? They run well, as long as they feed the ball to Ray Rice. Cleveland doesn't defend well against the run. And what happened to Peyton Hillis? Well, he got stung by the Madden curse. Yes, he has been. He might play this week. I don't know. Montario Hardesty has been pretty beat up. He hasn't been playing. He's got the hammy. Colt McCoy, they just hate him, and he hasn't really played well. They don't have much of an offensive power or any kind of weapons for him to really go for. Josh Cribbs is not a receiver. He's a return guy. Baltimore, anyway, has very good special teams. Their defense is outstanding, and they should be able to run the ball. Look for Baltimore to lay the 6.5 comfortably. As John Hanson, the guru in fantasy, would say, lay the 6.5 and sleep like a baby with Baltimore. That's my 4 o'clock lock. On to my 8 o'clock lock, okay? The 8 o'clock lock, oh, what a dreadful game. San Diego at Jacksonville. Well, San Diego, good news for you. There's no Tebow there. This isn't anybody in your division. There won't be anybody in the stands. You'll feel right at home. You should be able to wax the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're giving 2.5, which is nothing. Jacksonville is an upheaval this week as Del Rio has been fired. MJD has been pretty steady, but that's really all they got. Blaine Gabbert has looked pretty much horrible. Offensively, Mercedes Lewis, he dropped a couple balls in the end zone last week. They don't look like they're in sync. I mean, the whole team is an upheaval. They're looking to relocate possibly. Now there's the owner. There's a new purchaser for the team. Apparently, they're going to keep it in Jacksonville. But the fans don't want to be there. The team doesn't want to be there. They're going through a complete change from top to bottom. Look for San Diego to take advantage of this. For you San Diego fans, Bisconti, Woomer, I know you guys are diehards. I love you out there. They're going to have the Powder Blues on this week, I believe. And this should cure your norovirus. But at the end of the season, if you don't get rid of that norovirus is going to bite you all summer long until next year. So that's my 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock lock for Sunday and my Thursday night special. So take it to the book, take it to the bank. And as always, remember 27, 17, and 3, 61%. 4 and 2 last week. Let's go 4-0 this week. You take it, ace.